In the past, web pages have almost been self-contained. All the content, presentation, interactivity, and structure have been contained within one file. Links were made to external assets, such as images, but by and large, the code for the web page contained everything the browser needed to display the content. That way of working had considerable limitations, not the least of which was HTML's poor presentational capabilities. As web standards, such as CSS and XHTML, began to gain wider adoption, most designers started to design web pages that were more compound documents, that is, documents that reference other files to achieve full functionality. It's not uncommon now, for example, for an XHTML page to contain nothing beside the basic structure and text of the file. All presentation, interactivity, functionality, and dynamic content will be contained in other external files that are linked to the XHTML file. You might have an external CSS file controlling typography and layout, an external JavaScript file handling user interactivity and special effects, and a database being accessed for additional content. This approach may at first sound complicated, but it has several advantages that has led to its adoption as a standard. And first, it makes your content more accessible. If everything but the structure is stripped away, other user agents can access this content without having to also understand your CSS or run your JavaScripts. Second, it makes repurposing this content a snap. Instead of having to create different versions of your site for different devices, you can simply change the CSS used for your site when printing or when used on a mobile device. You can even create style sheets for screen readers to further increase accessibility. In addition to these advantages, it also makes working on and updating your site easier. Instead of having to change your font size for your main headings on every single page, for example, you simply change one file and your entire website updates. In a collaborative environment, you could have one team working on the styles, one working on external JavaScripts, and one working on the XHTML without ever worrying about overwriting what somebody else was doing. As we work on our Groundswell site, pay attention to this approach. Our styles, scripts, and other assets will all remain external, leaving our XHTML clean and easy to work with.